Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the result of washing my hair at night and letting it air dry. I'm just going to brush through it real quick with a wet brush. You guys have probably seen these before. They're a lifesaver. I can't live without them. My hair is pretty soft, so I do what I can to add as much texture as possible. So I'm going to start with the R+CO Badlands dry shampoo paste. This stuff is amazing if you haven't tried it. I don't like the chalky feel of a spray aerosol dry shampoo, so this paste just does the trick, and it adds a ton of texture at my roots, which gives me a lot of volume, and this style can hold for a couple of days. Just rub it in there real nice, getting all the good spots. Now I'm going in with the ORIBE Soft Lacquer Heat Styling Spray. You guys always need to use a heat protectant, especially if you have blonde hair like me. It really protects your hair. And then this stuff, if you curl your hair with this, your style will last for at least a week and you won't have to wash it. So now I'm going to clip my hair up in a little section there with a little crab clip, claw clip, whatever you guys call those, and smooth out that section one more time. And I'm going to take little small sections with my hot tools, and I forget the size of this, so I'll just leave it in the description box so you guys can see. And I'm going to wrap them away from my face and leave the ends out because I like the ends kind of straight. It gives more of that beachy boho vibe. And I don't like the curls to be perfect. I just kind of throw some in there. None of them have to look the same. This is usually what I like.
Isn't it true? A loss it is much worse. A person may end up believing in anything. What love is this?
And I have the iron set on like a medium setting, not too hot and not too cold, just in the middle. And my hair naturally is a beachy wave texture, so I'm adding a little bit more of a wave where I think it's necessary. This is kind of just polishing that boho vibe I like in the first place. And then it's kind of awkward to do the other side. I have to hold the iron a certain way, but as long as the hair is curling away from your face, that's what you want. Now I'm going in with the ORIBE Freestyler Working Hairspray. This is a brand new product from ORIBE. I'm not even sure if it's out on the market yet, but it's my new favorite working hairspray. And basically what a working hairspray is it's something that helps you work with your hair while you're styling it, and it's not too crunchy. I do not like a crunchy hairspray, but it does give it enough hold to set the curls. Now I'm just taking a little section, and these pieces by my ears, I don't like them to be too curly or too crazy, so I kind of just hold it for a second or two and let it go. And I'm just repeating the same steps on this section as well.
What happens when life breaks down? When there is systemic contradiction? You know, if that human acceptance does so much for you and me, think of what it is when God Himself puts His arms around you and says, "Welcome home." Think of what it is when God Himself puts His arms around you and says, "Welcome home." Isn't it true? Alas, it is much worse. A person may end up believing in anything. What love is this? It is God's love, and no other love can be defined until that love has properly been understood. Think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home. Welcome home. Think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home. What happens when life breaks down? When there is systemic contradiction? You know, if that human acceptance does so much for you and me, think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home. Think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home.
Now when it comes to these front pieces, I will wave it a little bit and then immediately mess it up or pull it to straighten it or just relax it a little bit because I don't like those to be too tight. I'm trying to create lived-in waves on first day hair. Well, the next morning hair. You'll see I'll just kind of like pull it straight a little bit and to relax it. And that's how you get those perfect little beach waves. I'm not currently wearing any hair extensions, so I'm basically just working with my natural hair. Now once I get to the top of the other side, it is awkward for me to hold the iron a certain way, so I'll just kind of flip it around and use it the traditional way, but I'm not holding the iron on there very long. I'm still just giving it the same amount of curl, just holding it differently. And of course leaving the ends out.
think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome.
And then when it comes to my part in my hairline, I like that to look really flat and smooth because I like the texture to be in the bottom part of my hair, not exactly at the roots. So I'll smooth that out and flatten that out, and then I begin to just stick my hands in there and mess it up and just create all that body and volume and break up those curls. We want lived-in beach waves, not a prom hairstyle, you know? So then I take my wet brush and I'll start fluffing my hair and just kind of combing it backwards just a little bit, just to create that fluff and that volume in there. If you have like naturally really frizzy hair, you probably wouldn't want to do this, but my hair's pretty silky and fine, so I can do this. And I'll just fluff and mess it up until I get it the way I want it. Now my favorite part, I am currently using Davines sea salt spray. I'll spray that in my roots to create that body and texture. As you can tell, I'm all about texture, so I'll just give it a few spritzes and scrunch it and move it around. And I also really like the R+CO sea salt spray, the same line from that dry shampoo paste. It's also pretty amazing. And then sometimes I'll go in with the ORIBE dry texture spray, but sometimes that can be a little dry for me, so I'm currently just loving this Davines sea salt spray, and actually it's been my favorite for quite a while, so I'll have all the products linked in the description box below. And you basically just fluff and spray until you get it the texture and the way that you want. And I prefer mine a little bit messy, so I don't like it too perfect. And thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe. I try to make new videos every week, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Bye.